Well, good morning from the Oklahoma's Video Studio. Yet another week. Here we go on Monday morning, starting it off as we always do with Mike Knopp, Executive Director of the Oklahoma City Boathouse Foundation. I'm Dave Morris, and sir, good to see you again.
Great to see you.
We love starting the week with you, and busy times. The RIVERSPORTS Rapids grand opening May 7th and 8th, Road to Rio that same weekend. So a lot of preparation going on, and you guys were on the RIVERSPORTS Rapids this weekend. How did it go?
It was awesome. I mean, we had all our pumps running, and of course we're doing Raft Guides school, so we have a whole crew of these very eager and I think going to be great raft guides, and they're training. But we also had a chance to put rafts, actually the rafts in the whitewater for the first time on Saturday, and
I believe they put the executive director in a raft.
Yes,
for the first time.
That had to happen. So I mean. And boy, I got to tell you, I've been working on this for a long time, many years, and I've been to whitewater facilities around the world, and it was an amazing experience, and it exceeded all of my expectations, and I think made me even more enthusiastic about it, because we have truly a very unique course in terms of what kind of experience it will provide to our guests. Very action-packed and fun, but bottom line fun. And so, and all the guides had also, many of the guides that we've hired have rafted on rivers throughout the world as well, and people were just raving about it. And truly, as I talked to Scott Shipley, who is the designer of this venue, he also designed the London Olympic course and the Charlotte course, and I told him, I said, this is really a masterpiece in terms of your work. I mean, we really feel like he nailed it on this, and everyone was in agreement. So I'm just looking forward to letting everyone else try it, because I think they'll be as excited as we were.
So you threw some rafts out there. We threw the executive director out there. Are you still looking for raft guides?
We are. We're going to have classes all through, really through May and June, and so that's something that we encourage people, if they have interest in the outdoors and doing something very exciting, to give it a try. And we'll have more classes coming up here real soon. You can register for those classes, so yes, with the amount of people we expect to come through this, because we really do believe this is going to be a national attraction. It'll drive people to Oklahoma City. And we want to, the more guides we have, the more rafts we can put out on the course at one time. So, yes, so we certainly would love people to come out.
Well, and to that point, you mentioned before, I believe, if I remember correctly, there's multiple boats that can be on this course at one time.
Oh, yes. The capacity is huge. It's a huge venue. And so we do have a lot of rafts. We can accommodate a lot of people, over 30 rafts at one time. So, we love more and more people to come out and give it a try and try to take on maybe a little new line of work, or maybe a side job if they're looking for something new and different. So.
Now let me ask you this. We had storms and a lot of rain in the downtown Oklahoma City area last night. As pool owners know, when you get a lot of rain, you have to adjust your chemicals, give it some shock or chlorine. But how does a massive operation like yours, whether it's the river or whether it's the rapids, how do you guys adjust for storms and rain?
Well, we've come to learn and appreciate the dynamics of our Oklahoma River, and in the fact that it does what it's supposed to do, and it gets water out of town real fast. When we have these big rainfall or flash flood events, and so in that regard, I'm always on the phone with my director of operations and our staff, and they always are making sure that we have all of our equipment secure. We have a lot of boats in the water because of all the programs we do all week, so docks and all of those things, and so we just have to make sure we're essentially really secure as those storms approach. And then with the Whitewater Center, that's going to lead to some new dynamics. But again, it is not river water. It's a self-contained venue, and so we have a very robust filtration and water treatment system. So it is meant to accommodate those kinds of things with rainfall coming in to the venue. So that's something we're going to learn over time. Right now, if people see images of the Whitewater Center, it may look. The water may look a little murky right now, frankly. It will clear up, and it's meant to be very much a very clear body of water with this filtration and treatment system we have. But we've had so much wind in the past month. And you combine that wind with construction and all the dirt flying and the dust, and it settles in the course. And so when the water turns on, it stirs that up. And so it'll take some time to filter that out, but it will filter out. Yeah.
I think back to the pool reference, anyone who's had a pool, when you open it up in the spring, you always fight that little bit of murkiness or the clarity issues. But that's what the chemicals and the filtration system is for.
Difference here is we can't put a cover over the whole thing. So yeah, but we do have a great system, and really the most advanced system of any big whitewater center that we know of in the world. So I think it'll do its job.
One last question for you. I mentioned that the RiverSport Rapids grand opening May 7th and 8th, but Road to Rio events are also that same weekend.
Well, yes, they are. We had the U.S. Olympic Committee in last week reviewing the site. We have a very exciting plan in store for Oklahoma City as the USOC brings their whole tour here from Times Square to here. And so we're going to have a full setup with all kinds of different activities for the community, free. It'll be totally free to interact with athletes, with different sports experiences that they'll provide. They'll have exhibits, cultural performances, really giving everyone a kind of a Rio experience here right in Oklahoma City. And as I've said before, to go along with that, we're building a beach. And so we're going to have a beach that goes with this Road to Rio experience that will stay up all summer, have beach activities. And that's going to start going in here next week. We're going to be now announcing the entertainment for this event here probably in the next week or so. We'll have a major performance on Saturday night, May the 7th. That will again be free for the public to enjoy. This is a celebration not only about our connection to the Olympics and the fact that we're going to have athletes from Oklahoma City who train here, but also those who essentially get their ticket to Rio here at our Olympic trials. And we want to celebrate our connection to the Olympic movement. But you know what? We're opening this historic project for Oklahoma City, this Whitewater Center. It's the first major signature MAPS 3 project to be complete, kind of like the ballpark was back in the first MAPS. Right. So we really want to celebrate that appropriately. So that'll be Saturday night, followed by an incredible fireworks show that will occur. So you don't want to miss that. Again, it's free. And then that will also be the day that the public can book a raft trip and actually raft while the Olympic trials are going on. And so no longer will it be the test dummies in there, it'll be the public that will be able to test and try the whitewater and experience it. So we're so excited to show it off, and we actually are now opening up booking for that day. So if people are interested, they can go on our website.
Ran into Councilwoman Meg Salyer Thursday night, and she had just toured the Whitewater Center, and she was just beaming about it. And to your point, her words were, "This was the crown jewel of MAPS 3." So you impressed her.
Well, I think it's going to surprise a lot of people when they see it, and truly the people that are coming from out of town, who, whether it be the U.S. Olympic Committee of folks, whether it be folks from USA Canoe Kayak, or these athletes, so far have been raving about what they've seen. So I think it's going to be, like you say, a crown jewel.
I say this half in jest. Kobe Bryant's in town with the Lakers today. Any chance you're going to throw him out there on a raft?
That'd be quite a show. We've had Charles Barkley through the Boathouse District before, and we put him in the rowing tank at the Devon Boathouse. So anything's possible.
Anything's possible. All right, lots of good stuff going on down at the river. Mike, as always, we appreciate starting our week with you. Congrats on everything.
Thank you.
All right, more information about the Boathouse District can be found online at boathousedistrict.org.